YouTube, Random Tuesday Thoughts. Trying to get back on the grind again. Did not do a Random Tuesday Thoughts last week because I had too many Yoyo reviews to do. I still have a lot of Yoyo reviews to do. A lot of new Yoyos coming out. Literally, just lots and lots and lots. Still got a bunch to do. But that's okay, because that's what keeps the Yoyo spinning. I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, lots of stuff to talk about. Trying to get back in the groove of things. Still sort of in disaster restoration mode at home. Ceiling of my living room fell down because the gas company was busy banging around outside replacing the gas line and banging on my house and close to my house for a while, trying to dig a little trench in 20-degree weather. And an 80-year-old ceiling fell down on the carpet and everything else. So that's been a mess. And finally getting that handled, finally getting insurance to cover it, and just getting everything taken care of so that we can get life back to normal. But at the same time, that's been eating up a ton of my time. Plus, it's also time to redo student loans and time to do taxes. So that's also kind of eating into any free time I would have to, like, edit videos or do videos or whatever. Plus, you know, them kids keep me busy. But anyway, Random Tuesday Thoughts. Let's talk about yo-yo stuff. So, first and foremost, East Coast Masters is still on, is still being planned, and is still coming along very smoothly. Still looking for, if there's any companies that are still looking to sponsor awesome contests like East Coast Masters. There's still a little bit of table space left. Could always use sponsors of any level. Happy for whatever, honestly. And, you know, the more the merrier, really. Still, like I said, a little bit of table space left, but that's quickly being snapped up. So if there's any sponsors that are looking to come out and vend and want a table, get on that quickly, because that's where I don't know how much table space I'm going to have. Last year we sort of like hodgepodge some tables together. It worked out, but I was like this close to like mentally breaking down because we didn't have enough tables, and that would have been real bad. But this year that should be handled because I've got confirmation. But if anybody is still looking out to come out and vend, would love to have you out. Table space still available, although in limited quantities. Otherwise, Yo-Yo Fat Camp still going on, down 16 pounds, this guy here. I know lots of other people are down more, but hey man, it's a hard process. I got kids and stuff, but not doing too shabby. My goal is only really to get down 24, 25 pounds. That's about 10% of my body weight, a little more actually. So, you know, that's really not. I'm most of the way there. Less than 10 pounds to go, and I got more than like a month and a half to go. So I think I'll be able to hit that. I've been just a steady decline, couple pounds a week here and there. Just trying to eat good, exercise, feeling good about it. So I hope you guys are going strong as well. Got plenty of time left, so you know, stay on it, stay on that horse. You may not win, but at least you'll look better and feel better. And come to East Coast Masters, show off your new sexy slim self. I'm looking at you. That's right. Other things going on. So, got a bunch of cool videos coming up, some discussions. Have a bunch of yo-yo reviews to do still. And that's looking to be fun. Virginia States happened over the weekend. We didn't have Yo-Yo Club because all those guys went down to Virginia States. I did not go, although I was asked to go, but I did not make it to Virginia States. That would have been fun. I'm sorry I did not, but we redid The Office. So the next time you see The Office and me shooting video in The Office, you'll be like, hey, that looks different, because it will. So, happy to have The Office redone. It kind of brings back some semblance of like normalcy, and kind of makes me happy about how at least one of my rooms looks, because the other one still doesn't have a ceiling, which is really weird still. So, I was thinking about old yo-yo reviews, and I was going back and looking at how bad some of my old yo-yo reviews were. I stuttered a lot. I wasn't very good at talking on camera. And for some reason, you guys still watched them, so I appreciate that. You guys are great for that. I would not be here if you guys didn't slug through the stuff that was terrible. Maybe this stuff's terrible still, and maybe you're still slugging through it. But one, this is my question for you guys. We're going to be a short Random Tuesday Thoughts this week. Which old yo-yo review of mine did you guys like or dislike the most and you think deserves to be redone the most? Tell me down in the description which yo-yo review deserves to be redone. Which one was the best / worst review that I did. I don't know if I have all the yo-yos, so that may sort of, whether or not I actually do it may, you know, depend on whether or not I still have the yo-yo, but I think it would be good to know what you didn't like, what was funny, but funny in like a bad way, like it was just a train wreck. I'm sure there's lots of those. Plenty of them are super bad. A lot of them I'm whispering in because the kids are asleep, and I did them at like 11 o'clock at night. So, you know, there's always the option to redo something old and make it new again, because that's the trick. The other thing I wanted to talk about is old yo-yos, and not necessarily just old yo-yos, but like sort of re-released yo-yos. I was thinking about this the other day because Gentry Stein posted a video about old shutters and stuff and how like every shutter ever, and I kind of thought, huh, that's an interesting thought, because if you think about it, the shutter now has been around, it's been out for like 6 years or something. That's kind of crazy to think. Now I know the wide angle shutter is sort of the newest one, and they're probably about to drop a new bimetal one. I know they've been teasing like close-up shots to that. But what sort of old yo-yo do you think deserves a redesign? Also, this is another question. So 2 questions today. What old yo-yo do you think deserves a redesign and a re-release? Or just maybe a new run, maybe a new release, a new lease on life, maybe something that was before its time, that now maybe would fit into the current yo-yo collective scene and can be released to some sort of fanfare and old school hype, but also have maybe a new modern spin or a modern twist on it. For me, I think that I was thinking hard about this, and the Aviator 2, for me, I feel like is a yo-yo that just was so underrated for so long, and it came out at a time when there were so many good yo-yo factories came out. It came out in like 2012 or 2013, and that's right around when the Shutter came out, and the Horizon came out, and the Too Hot came out, and all those yo-yos, like those signature yo-yos for that group of yo-yo factory signature players, when all those yo-yos came out. And I feel like because all of these guys who were like, you know, Americans and who competed a lot more often in America came out, the Aviator 2 kind of fell under the radar. Not necessarily because I know a lot of people had them. I'm sure it sold well, but it was sort of then discontinued and off. But man, I pick mine up every now and then. I'm like, man, this thing is just head and shoulders above a lot of other yo-yos, and just is really a magnificent yo-yo, and just something that I think would fit in today, maybe even better than back then. Because all the yo-yos that were really popular back then, the Too Hot, the Shutter, the Horizon, they were heavier yo-yos, and yeah, maybe they spun longer. But you know what? The Aviator, I still feel like is just such a great yo-yo, and such a really, really good just yo-yo design overall. I mean, to this day, I still pick it up and throw it. I'm like, man, this thing's good. It's like somehow both H and organic all at the same time, and just plays like a dream. So to me, I think the Aviator 2 is one that I would love to see a redesign of, or maybe even a bimetal version of, just in some way, shape, or form. Just what a cool yo-yo, and it's something I would really like to see, again, get a new lease on life. But what do you guys think? So 2 questions for today. Old yo-yo that needs a new lease on life. Old yo-yo review of mine that needs a new lease on life, or that you thought was the most train wreck or whatever. Leave me some comments down below. I'm missing some comments. I want to read some comments. Keep me entertained. That's going to do it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers to you. I'll see you next time.